What a player Manchester United have got in Mason Greenwood. That's what we're talking about next. United fans, you can have your say on National Radio 08717 22 344. He's a hell of a player, right? When you were coming through
Brilliant
Arsenal,
player.
what players made you sit up and go, oh, this kid's got something a little bit special?
When I was playing in the first team and the youngsters coming through, the one that really stood out for me there's two players stood out for me. Jack Wilshere, when I went back there, when I was training with Arsenal and playing for Hull City, and Cesc Fabregas. He was sensational. He probably took my position in the end, Cesc, but what a player! You could sense they're going to have big careers. I know Jack's obviously struggling at the moment with his injuries he had. And believe it or not, he had to play every game, Jack Wilshere. That's how good he was at such a young age, and that might not have helped him in the development going forward. And Greenwood, I put him up there definitely. I mean, he's superb. Some of the goals he scored.
Those players you mentioned that were coming through the ranks. How important is it for someone like Mason Greenwood to be surrounded by Cavani, Ronaldo as well? What will that do to his game?
It's a massive lift for you. You're learning off those guys, especially Cavani, what he's done in his career. And obviously when Ronaldo turns up, it'd be interesting to see how, because he's such a great pro and professional, that Mason Greenwood will learn off him. Fernandes, as you mentioned there, Pogba, people, it's a dream come true for a youngster when you're playing with that quality. But he's also got to go, right, I'm the real deal as well. You've got to believe in yourself to say, look, I'm just as good as you guys, and I'm going to get better than you guys. And that's how you've got to think as a footballer. You've got to be so confident in your own ability going forward. And I'm sure, hopefully, he will be. And you want to strive to come better. I know it's going to be difficult to come better than Ronaldo, but he's got everything going for him. He's 20 in October. Yeah, he's 68 league games he's played for Manchester United, which is a good return for his age. I mean, 19-year-old playing 68 league games. He scored 20 goals, and I think his all-round game is fantastic. I was disappointed that he didn't go into the Euros because he could have played a role for Gareth Southgate, but they probably made the right decision with his age. Didn't want to push him too much. He's had a good pre-season.
I think he was injured for the Euros, wasn't he?
Yeah, he might have just had a little.
But even now, this England squad has not been selected.
I'm surprised with that.
Too.
Whether they're going to, Gareth is give Bamford that opportunity, but I think Greenwood's going to be huge, not just for Manchester United going forward, but also for England.
Let me ask you. So he's one of. I mean, he's breaking records all the time. He's one of 4 players to score 20+ goals as a teenager. Owen Rooney and Fowler, the others. He's scored so far 3 and 3 this season. He's the second teenager to do that. Robbie Fowler being the other. I mean, the list of records.
Well, there's some companies to be involved in. Yeah, you just mentioned there Fowler, Rooney, Owen
as well. So here's my question to you: right, is that good a player? Okay, and United have got Cavani, they've got Ronaldo coming in. They've been linked to Haaland, they've been linked to Kane in the past. If we're talking about Mason Greenwood possibly being one of the great centre forwards, certainly as a teenager, why are we talking about players like Haaland or Kane coming in? Is he not good enough to lead the line for United for the next 10 years?
Well, that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be assessing and seeing. And it does put pressure on you because you are a youngster. Everybody is seeing your ability and you've got to do it every week. But that is, consistency is the most important thing in football, that you put that consistent performance in every single week. And that's what he's got to learn. At times, probably he's still learning to do that. But I certainly believe he can be as good. And if he does do it this season, which he's done so well so far, then it's a great player to have in your side, and he's come through the ranks as well. He knows what it means to play for Manchester United. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he wasn't a bad striker himself, and he's probably learning off him as well going forward. So I think Will Greenwood. I think Mason Greenwood will be a top class player, and if he does do really well this week, that might take him off down the Haaland route and maybe stick with their own. Which, I'm sure Manchester United fans would love.
Let's take some calls. We can hear from United fans now. 08717 22 344. As always, United fans, we do this for 10, 15 minutes, then we move on. So if you want to talk about Mason Greenwood, pick up the phone now. Don't hang around. 08717 22 344. That is the number. Tom, the Man United fan, has dialed. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Hey, Tom.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you guys?
I'm excellent, Tom. Off you go. Mason Greenwood, how good a player?
Special talent, Mason Greenwood. 2-footed, goes both ways. Unbelievable finisher, and I think he will end up being the number 9 for Man United. It's a couple of years off because I think you've got Cavani, you've got Ronaldo there now, but he's still developing. And also, you look at him, he's 19 and he's built. How big is he going to get? He's going to be a proper number 9 in the next sort of couple of years for me.
Let me put you on the spot. It's immaterial, your answer, but, you know, we don't know. We don't have a crystal ball. Could he go on to be one of United's greatest ever strikers?
Absolutely, because he's, like you say, the record he's breaking at the minute, and he's only 19. What's to stop him? And like I agree, I don't know if we should be going for the Haalands and the Kanes. Let's see how the next 2 years go with Cavani and Ronaldo. You know, we've got Cavani for 1 year, Ronaldo for 2 years, and let's see where he is at that point. Because for me, then he'll be 21, 22. You know, he could be one of the best forwards in the world by that point. But it's developing to happen between now and then, and he is a special player.
I think if Haaland's available and he wants to go to Manchester United, you can't not get him. I mean, you can play both of them. Why can't you play both of them?
Yeah.
Because, you know, Cavani's not going to be around forever. I mean, he's getting older. Ronaldo's here for a short period of time as well. So you've got to build on that. And, you know, if Haaland does want to go to Manchester United, then you've got to sign him. For the release clause, I think
60 million, yeah, it's crazy.
It's nothing.
Dave's a Man United fan. Hi, Dave.
Hi lads, how are you doing? I spoke to you on Friday, buddy, and I was quite inebriated. Do you remember? I was getting the champagne for Ronaldo.
Of course I do. I do remember that. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Well, I was a bit concerned yesterday about Sancho. I don't know what you feel about it, but he didn't look the positive person I've seen at Dortmund.
He's not fully fit yet, Dave. I won't worry.
Well, I'm still worried about it. He was knocking it back. He wasn't taking people on.
Dave, don't be worried, Dave.
First one,
don't worry. Don't be honestly.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Well, listen, we've got Kevin Atchard join us a bit later on. And in fact, in about 20 minutes, so I'll ask Kevin a question for you in 20 minutes because Kevin is not our European football expert. He watches German football. Okay, he's been saying for a long time how great Jadon Sancho is. You don't turn bad overnight. He knows he's a special talent.
Okay.
And he says it was money well spent, even cheap at the price, actually.
It was, yeah.
I hope so, Andy, because like the Southampton game, he came on, looked lethargic.
Yeah, he's not fit. He's not fit, Dave, honestly.
No. Okay. But I thought Grealish was our first option. Then did you see that lad yesterday, Traore?
What, the Wolves player, Adama Traore?
Oh my God!
He's got pace.
The man's a steam train.
Yeah, Dave. Just quickly, we are talking about Mason Greenwood. I know you've gone through every single player apart from Greenwood, but go on.
All right, Mason Greenwood, absolutely fantastic. He's such a prospect. Can't even believe he's been selected for England. But I don't know whether that's something to what Ollie said, or you know he's had an injury or something, but. Or he just wants to bring him on. But Mason can still play from the right. And he can and Cristiano will be up front. He'll learn from Cristiano, you know. And I think he'll still be in the squad. I hope he is. I hope he plays on the right. Cristiano through the middle, and whoever comes in on the left hand side, whether it's Marcus or you know. But I just think he'll be all right.
Okay.
You know, it was a class finish yesterday. But I don't know, lads, but I do think it was a foul.
Oh, what, the Pogba one?
Right, yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Don't worry about that. It didn't count.